Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, guys. How are you today? Fine. Okay, well, thank you very much. So I'm so sorry for today because I get program for the judges of Porseni MTSN 2, and then during these weeks I also a team of visitation in the status of EIN to win starting for Tuesday until Thursday. But I hope it doesn't make any sense for you all to do these activities in the classroom. Well, today at the first meeting in this week, I would like to explain a little bit about descriptive text. So everybody knows about descriptive text during senior high school, and descriptive text here I do not want you to write down on the paper, but I want you to speak because we have a speaking. Well, in the first meeting of my handout, you study about telling opinion, right? Starting on my opinion, in my mind, to me, and so on. But today, I would like you to describe something. Describe something. Yeah, before that, so let's remember again about descriptive text. What is descriptive text about? Well, so definition of descriptive text. Descriptive text is a text which says what a person or thing is like. Person or thing is like. Its purpose is to describe and reveal a particular person, place, or thing. Person, place, or thing. So what a person or thing is like. Yeah, right. In a broad sense, description, as explained by Kant, is defined like in the following sentence. Description is about sensory experience, how something looks, sounds, taste. Mostly it is about visual experience, but description also deals with other kinds of perception. What does it mean here? When you see the same thing with different people, I'm sure that you have your own perception about the things. When you see a car, BMW, for example, maybe the one who likes BMW will have more sense to describe those cars in detail. But the one who doesn't like those cars, maybe they can describe only for the surface description, not in a deep description. It is a different things. So it is based on your own perception. This is the second definition. Thus, if we conclude it from Kant's explanation above, the description text is meaningful text that describe the experience related to the senses, such as what shape, sound, taste. Most descriptive text is about visual experience, but in effect the experience other than the sense of sight. We can also use it to make descriptive text. But in particular, descriptive text is a text which says what a person or thing, is like. Its purpose is to describe and reveal particular person, place, or things, like in the first definition. Well, now the generic structure of the text. So when later on you tell or you speak with your own friends, with your friends in a group, so you have to follow the generic structure of descriptive text. Number one is identification. Contains about the introduction of person, place, animal, or object will be described. So in identification, you should say what is actually you want to describe. What the things, what the person, what the place you want to describe, it should be identified clearly and in detail. You have to say that in identification. The next is description, contains a description of something such as animal, thing, place, or person by describing its features, forms, colors, or anything related to what the writer describes. So in description, it should be in detail based on your own perception. You have to make any like concept mapping. What should you describe? When you see a house is the identification. It is in general. You have to make it and specify my house, my friend's house, or you can also say a beautiful house, or and then you describe from the the place, from the colors, the function, the rooms, yeah, how many rooms are there, and what kinds of other facilities, and then you have to describe one by one. For example, there is a big garden. In the big garden, there are so many plants such as blah 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 and so on. And then the purpose of the text, describe person, thing. I have to say the first time, person, thing, or place. Now the language feature, specific participant has certain object is not common and unique. Pricky Beach, my house, Burberry Temple, Uncle Jim. It should be on the specific. The use of an adjective to clarify the noun, for example, a beautiful beach, a handsome man, a big house, a farmhouse place, a comfortable house, a comfortable place, and so on. And then you use simple present for all. So simple present should be used in the tell on the description. You don't need to use any other tenses like future, perfect, and past tense, but you only use the simple present because it tells the fact of the object described. Action verb. Verbs that show an activity, for example, run, sleep, walk, cut, and so on. So beside the adjective, it's also action verb, but it's not always. If you describe a thing, mostly you use adjective, noun phrase, adjective phrase, and so on. Noun phrase like beautiful house, yeah, and simple present is used in this case. For example, my house, my house. This is my house. This is my house is identification. My house, my parents, brother, sister, and we live there. The color, so the color is also kinds of description in the specific the color here. And then my house here is identification. And then you start with the color, and then there are three bathrooms. The bathroom is the facilities, yeah, and there are bedrooms, two bedroom, a kitchen, dining room, living room. And then you describe what bedroom is like, what two bathroom is like, what is kitchen like, what dining room like, and so on. Backyard, what is backyard like, and so on. You have to describe in detail. Support by example. This is the example. Well, so what should you do now? Please, in one group, you have to make a group of three. Yeah, group of three. Okay, the group of three. Yeah, all right. So choose one of you. Choose one of you to be moderator. Moderator to handle the discussion, of course. And then after that, with this group, person number one, number two, even though number three as moderator tells and describe thing. Please describe thing one by one. Yeah, describe thing. Okay, describe thing. The thing should be different from one to another. So person number one describe thing, person number two describe thing, person number three describe thing, also moderator. After all description is done, now you do questioning. Questioning. You use simple present. So when you have a question in one group, and then discussion on a questioning, then describe a thing, and then after all done, after around an hour, so please, in one group, stand up in front of the class and tells two other friends. Group 1 tells, and then person number 2 tells, person number 3 also tells in front of the class. In front of the class. In front of the class. Tell one by one about the thing you describe, and then the others are trying to listen, and you may have a question to the ones who stand after all the participants are done to tell in front, and then you have to finish your discussion. This is what you do at the first meeting, guys. So please make sure that you really understand about what you should do in the classroom. So make a group. I repeat again. So make a group of 3 or 4, and then choose one to be moderator, and then person 1, 2, 3 tell in one group. Person 1, 2, 3 tell in one group. After an hour discussion, and then group 1 come forward to tell number 1. Yeah. Person number 1, person number 2, person number 3 tell in front of the class, and then the other ones are listening and while having question after a person tell in front of the class, and then done. Okay, well, this is what you should do, guys, in the first meeting of this week, and then for the second meeting I will tell you later on. So I'm so sorry, in this week I'm really busy. At the Monday I have to be a judge in Persony MTS, and then Tuesday until Thursday I have to be a member of visitation IAIN to Win Kediri. Yeah, thank you very much.